In the last 365 days, the test bench here at GearUP has been fortunate enough to have made quite a few firsts in terms of types of tech reviews, from power packs to RoboVacs to audiophile equipment. Well, wouldn't you know it, we have another first today, guys. A new portable speaker from our ever-busy friends at SOUNDCORE. They never seem to stop working. The Motion Boom Plus, this thing right here is huge, and it's a follow-up to the highly popular Motion Boom, and it's supposedly better in every way, is what they say. More power, more battery, more tech, and also more price. This thing is still in the bag, as you can see, so let's unbox it, see what's inside, then I'm gonna test it out to see what it can do, first impressions and everything. So, are you ready to join me? Let's do this. First things first, I want to get the box out of this bag, and then we'll have a closer look at the packaging itself and see what's available. Oh, geez. That's a lot of stuff right there. So, right here we have powerful sound, 80 watts, customizable app, we already have that. Oh, there's a detachable strap right here, USB-C cable, dual titanium pure silk dome drivers apparently, and then extended treble up to 40 kilohertz, waterproof. This is a big one. IP67, USB-C connectivity, auxiliary in, power IQ charge out. So this speaker can charge your devices on the go too. I think it has like 1300 or 13,500 milliamp hours of battery in here. So capacity, and of course we can adjust this with the EQ. How do you open this thing? Oh, it's nice and simple. It's just this little flap right here. Let's get this open. Ooh, nice and recyclable. I like that more and more packaging nowadays are definitely easier to compost, and like this is compostable and the rest can easily go into the recycling bin, and those, and really minimal use of like plastics like these that, you know, go directly into the garbage heap. So regular documentation right here, usual stuff from SOUNDCORE. The USB-C cable, I think it's only a foot long. It's kind of short for what this is. It would have been nice to have something longer. Here's the carry strap. We'll look at that in a second. Seems kind of... Here, let me open this up since we're here. This is an unboxing in it. It's narrow, not too bad. Actually, it's a decent quality. Ooh, metal clasps and everything. Oh, yes. So that's cool. All right, now let's take the rest of this thing out. It's easy to pull out too because the handle is on the top. You just grab it and then slide it sideways and it's out. There's the, I'm gonna put the box away right here, and then this comes off, and these go into recycling. And then another level, another set of plastics. Wow, this thing is lighter than I thought. It's huge. Look at this. It's huge for what it is. Compare this to my hand or something, but it is lighter than I expected. Wow. It's definitely meant to be thrown around, guys. This one, the plastics, it's decent, but not the best I've seen so far. There's protective tape on everything, which is nice, on the legs and all. And these legs are nice and soft. So anyways, $180 for this whole thing. And 80 watts, as we mentioned earlier, total. It's split between two woofers right here, 30 watts, and then two 10-watt tweeters on the side. There's also bass up technology with some kind of bass chamber, you hear that? On both ends, which is nice. And also has IP67, and supposedly this thing will float in the water. I'm gonna test this out. Maybe I'll drag this, put this in a pool, and also drag this behind my kayak just for fun. 20 hours runtime. We'll test it out in the full review. We'll find out more about that, whether that's true, how true that is. Bluetooth 5.3 here we have with provision for multi-speaker pairing, up to 100, but I think more realistically you can pair two together and have stereo. The way SOUNDCORE system called PartyCast 2.0 works, you can pair like maybe 2 or 3 and you have stereo left and right, so that would be pretty cool. I think SOUNDCORE is supposed to send me another couple of speakers or a speaker or two or something like that, and lights to test that function out, so hopefully it gets here in time for the full review of this thing. That'll be awesome. The controls up here, let me try to lift this closer to you. So here we have the bass up button right there, and the Bluetooth connectivity, volume up and down button, and all these are water protected, by the way. It's just membrane buttons under plastic. Well, buttons under some soft membrane plastic right here. Power button, and then I'm guessing that's the party cast button. And here are some of the loops, a couple of loops for the shoulder strap. I really dig the bass baffles on either side of this unit. It's really well designed. It just looks nice. And on the back here, we have the rubber flap that covers all the ports, and it's really substantial, by the way, to keep water out. But of course, guys, it only works if you have this properly buttoned down. Otherwise, there'll be leakage. Here's the input USB-C, and then the output USB-A for charging. And then also the auxiliary. And I still haven't seen the mic, guys. They said there's a mic for phone calls, but you know, we'll find out in the full review potentially. The weight is about 5.3 pounds, and that's pretty light considering the dimensions. This is about 15.3 long and about 5.5 deep and 7.7 to 8 inches tall. So yeah, I'm curious how this sounds. Really, of course, I want to test this out for y'all, connect it to my phone, test out the app, and I heard this gets really loud. So I'm gonna move filming to another part of the house because my wife is still sleeping upstairs and I definitely don't want to wake her up. So let's cut to that. We're in my climbing room right now, so supposedly it will be much quieter in here. But the first thing on our agenda is to pair the speaker with my phone. I have this in recording mode right now so you can see what's going on the screen. The manual says hold down the power button for 2 seconds. And you hear that start up, that is your typical SOUNDCORE, and there's your typical SOUNDCORE Bluetooth ready to pair mode, ready to pair sound. And there it is, SOUNDCORE allow, pair. Nice and fast. There's no Google Fast Pair as you saw right here, 70% battery, that's plenty enough. And the default volume right now is about 40 to 45%. And also you can see here there's no AAC or SBC. So we'll see how that affects sound quality. I don't think it does. And let me launch, let me find the SOUNDCORE app. And then, oh, it found Motion Boom Plus by itself. That's pretty darn cool. It paired it. The main screen here is pretty cool. I like it. It's nice and simple. SOUNDCORE signature equalizer. We have 1, 2, 3 SOUNDCORE signature voice, treble boost, balance, and then of course you have your custom, which is nice. And how many, let's see how many band EQ do we have. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Very nice, very nice. And then we can power this on and off. We have volume controls right here. So yeah, it's pretty basic. Thankfully, the app experience for the Motion Boom Plus is really easy to use. If this is your first time, say, buying a SOUNDCORE product, this, all you have to do is just pick this up and it's like self-explanatory, which is awesome. Now, I want to test some music with this, and since this is live, I don't want to get any kind of copyright strike, so I have something for my library here. Let's test this out. And my mics are right here on my chest, so I'm pointing the speakers right at me. And let's not forget, this is at 40% volume. Bass up is off. Let's turn on bass up. Bass up on. Ooh. Oh, this is composed, guys. This is awesome. This is awesome. Let's crank it up. 50%. Oh my goodness. I can expect this. I'm gonna put this in the corner of my room and we'll see how loud it gets. Oh. Oh, bass off. Okay, let's crank it up to 100%. I'm ready to do this. Okay, so I just learned that the SOUNDCORE button in the middle that we saw earlier between that flanked by the volume button is actually pause play. Yeah, at highest volume, 100%, everything just goes out the door. So don't ever go there unless you really want to. Yeah, one thing about using these outdoors, I usually tend to, you know, try to keep it down to keep people at peace, neighbors and such. Especially if, you know, the sound quality sucks like that at high volume. Let's start this again at 75% volume. Yeah, much better, much better. And let's do this again at 100% with bass off. much better. You can see you can hear it's more composed. The treble is a little bit on the screechy side, almost about to lose composure, but not bad for 80 watts on this thing. Now, one thing I'm going to test is I'm going to put this on the other side of the room and run this at maximum volume. I'll be right back. Okay, so you ready for this? Let's run this. That's on the other side of my room, about, let's see, 12, 13 feet away. And we're at 100% volume. Bass on, bass up on. Let's switch apps again. Is there a way to control bass up from here? Ah, you can turn it off right there. How's this bass? Under treble boost, I'm gonna switch between. Oh. Oh my goodness, the rumble, I can feel the rumble through the floor. It's, granted it's wooden right here with carpets, but oh my goodness, I'm at 80% volume. This is cool. How am I gonna, all right, let's go back here, pause. Man, I'll tell you what guys, this thing can rock the house. I'm really curious to test this like in the water and how the sound changes, and how, you know, if there's any fluttering, and how when water gets into like the baffles on the side, how that works. Oh, another thing I want to check out too is whether you can put this on the side. So I'll be back. I'm going to collect my speaker and then we'll be right back. Okay, now we're in a more sensible volume, 25%, so you can better hear me with. The shoulder strap. This thing is pretty comfortable. I've heard some reviewers say that it digs into their shoulders, but it really depends on your physique, of course. And this is only 5 pounds, so if you're doing short hikes from your parking lot to the campground or party site or whatever it is, this is easy enough. Yeah. Oh, the other thing I want to test too, I'm not sure if you can see it from here, but laying it on its side, it does its job. Look at that. You can have it as a stand-up vertical speaker. Of course, the baffle on one side is a little bit blocked out, but it still does its job really well. So you can stand it up, sitting on its side. And my guess, in the water, this will be under the water maybe. It says they say it floats. So I'm really wanting to test that out. I'm very impressed for the sound quality. The sound quality is decent up to, as we heard, 100%. Anything like 90% above, this thing just loses composure unless you tune down the bass up and level out the balance on the EQ, and that will be fine. But otherwise, for 150 bucks, it's not bad. I need further testing on this one to see what their limits are and what's its favorite categories and genres. But overall, and it would be nice really to test out the party cast system. So SOUNDCORE, I can't wait to get the other speakers if it's coming on the way, to pair up like two and get stereo effect. That'd be pretty darn cool. But anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate y'all for being here. Let me pause this. The buttons are really nice too, the LEDs. I thought there'll be little LEDs on top, but as you can see right here, the buttons themselves light up, which is really nice. The presses are okay. You press them and they act pretty quickly, but if you're doing Bluetooth, I noticed that the delay is kind of long, at about half a second or about 0.75 seconds, and before anything happens. So like when you have to pause play, you heard just now, it takes quite a while before anything happens. So it is what it is. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope to test this out a little bit more. A full review is coming. I hope y'all can support this channel if you like what I do. Continue watching all the other unboxings as well. And thumbs up if you like this video, comment nicely down below. Subscribe and follow this channel. Share it with your friends and family. Visit my Patreon page down here if you like to financially support me. And also remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, guys. I really love y'all very much. And I'll see you the next time. Peace out.